Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome on the Zoom. So excited to have everyone on. Our trip is getting closer and closer. Some of you may have already seen the itinerary came out. There's some additional announcements, exciting stuff going on. We're going to be able to hear from a gentleman tonight, details on that. My name is Angie Cuff, and I'm so excited to be on with you guys this afternoon. If you want to go ahead, I know we've got people calling in from all over the US. We've got people calling in internationally that are going to be flying out to Cabo as well. So if you could in the chat, just put where you're calling in from, and we would love to welcome you on the Zoom. So welcome, Shelly out of Phoenix. Hello, Abby. Welcome on the Zoom. Alaska. Hello. Oh, Alaska. I'm sure you're super excited to go to Cabo. San Antonio, Memphis, Dallas. Welcome, Andrick. Welcome, April. Sheen. Hey, Sheen out at Tampa. Welcome on the Zoom. Hello, Brooke. Thanks for joining us. Southern California, New York, Chicago. Hi, Janice. Good to see you. Welcome, Candace. Welcome, Cheryl. Welcome, Corey. My name is Angie Cuff. Welcome on the Zoom this afternoon. I'm so excited to have you guys on. We have some special announcements, some exciting things going on with our up and coming trip. Baxter, welcome on the Zoom in Baxter, Minnesota. Philadelphia, Philly in the house. Welcome, Corey, Crystal. Hello, Don. Great to see you. That's Wisconsin in the house. Welcome. Hello, Denise. If you're just joining us, my name is Angie Cuff. I'm excited to see you on here this afternoon. We've got so many exciting things going on, you guys. This is going to be the trip of all trips. I know that this has been in the works for quite some time and mentally a lot longer than before it was even announced. And, this is really going to make a statement. Not only within Club Viago, but I believe this is going to make a statement to the world. It will be undeniable that we are the number one lifestyle club in the world. And I'm so excited to see you all in Cabo. I don't know if any of you like me, but I've already been checking the 10-day ahead forecast and it looks perfect. It looks sunny every day, high 70s, low 80s. It's like they're setting everything perfect just for our group. And I can't wait to see all there V'd up as Roscoe likes to say, everybody in their V'd up green at the event. But it's going to be an amazing, amazing trip. And I believe we're just going to get started here in about another minute. So if you have anyone that you have personally referred, friends of yours, people in Club Viago, people that are not in Club Viago that are coming on the trip with us, please send them out a quick message. Tell them to jump on the Zoom. They're definitely going to want to be on with all the special announcements, itineraries, and details so we can plan our trip accordingly. So if you're just joining us, my name is Angie Cuff. Go ahead in the chat and put where you're calling in from. Welcome, Gail. Welcome, Heather, Heidi, Israel. Welcome, Jen Obert, Jenna, Jennifer, Karen Newhouse. Glad to see you on the Zoom. Welcome, Carl. Washington in the house, Tacoma. Minnesota, Southern California. I had a girl earlier today ask me if I was from Canada, if I was a Canadian, which I definitely took as a compliment. People from Canada always seem like the nicest people in the world, but I think she was talking more about my accent. And I was like, no, actually, I'm from Minnesota. She thought I was from Canada, so it's maybe thicker than I thought. So welcome, Lisa from Philly. I love that you say that on there. That's kind of her MO, Lisa from Philly. Welcome, Lauren, Lynn, Marty. Welcome on the Zoom, everyone. I am going to get this thing started and introduce up a gentleman that, he's the reason this is happening, you guys. He has put so much time in. Him and his wife, Lindsay, have put a tremendous amount of time and energy and effort into, being on site in Cabo, meeting with people, organizing events, organizing concerts, organizing all the fun things that we're going to get to do to be together as a community. And this event, this trip of a lifetime would not be happening if it wasn't for him. So, Eric Grzybowski, are you on the Zoom with us?
Hey, Ange, I'm here. Of course, the wind hasn't blown in 2 weeks in Cabo since I've been here. Now it's blowing. So, is my
Oh,
audio okay?
it's a little, your face is a little muffled.
Okay. Okay, let me just move over. I'll show you guys a little bit of Cabo here first. But man, am
Sure.
I excited to see everybody and welcome you here to Cabo. Let me get where it's a little easier to chat with you guys for a while here. But like Angie said, we've put a lot of time, energy, and effort into this trip for everyone, and I just can't tell you. I've been in the travel industry for 18 years now, which means I'm getting old, number one. But I never thought it'd be possible after 18 years to be this excited for a vacation, for a trip. Still, after all these years, I still am getting the tingles and the feels, and I know a lot of you are too. I know we put the itinerary out yesterday, but we didn't want to until this call. But you guys were like dogs on a bone, so excited for it, so we had to do it. But I'm going to go over all the details of that with you so you understand it a little bit more. But Lindsay and I were in the Amalfi Coast like 45 days ago, and we were saying, man, we miss Cabo. And I want you just to think about that. But the things that we really want to do in Cabo, we really want to do with you guys. And we can't do them without you guys. You know, like renting out rooftop resorts and flying in bands and doing concerts and epic stuff. And that's what this trip's going to be. And I just want to address some of the things kind of going on in our marketplace and going on with this trip and all this. And this is meant to be an epic trip, not a cheap trip. There is nothing about this trip from the second you get off the airplane, which I'm not telling you every surprise today because I don't want to wreck it for some of you, but from the second you get off the airplane until the second you get back to the airport, we are going to treat you like VIP members that you are. Like the rock stars that you are, and we're curating. That word curated gets thrown around a lot in our presentations on our trips, and I've been on a lot of escapes. Even in a previous company, been on a lot of trips, and you know, I didn't feel like on a lot of the trips that it was really curated. It was cool. All of them are cool. I love traveling. I love all inclusives, but it seemed like I got picked up at the airport and did one excursion. Then I was kind of on my own here. This is going to be an experience that you're going to remember, a peak life experience. And there might be 2 or 3 moments on this trip that you won't forget. And that's what we want to do is create unforgettable moments for our members that you deserve. And I'm just so excited to get you guys here. And we're going to go over the whole itinerary. We did have a challenge with the rooms, so I want to be upfront with everybody. If you haven't heard yet, and I know it doesn't affect most people, okay? But 15 to 20% of the people booked rooms at the Palace, the Rio Palace, and I hate like giving you guys news. I was nervous to even come on here and talk to you guys because I don't want to give bad news ever. And I hope you guys understand it's really not bad news, but it might come off as that. And I'm aware of some people are really excited about staying at the Palace instead of the Santa Fe. The fact of the matter is we've done everything possible. Kaylee literally flew down here last week to meet with them to try to see if we could somehow logistically make it work where we have, because all of our events are at the Santa Fe, everything's at the Santa Fe. Unfortunately, there's different owners of the Palace in the Santa Fe, and logistically, they're just not able to work it for our size of a group to stay at the Palace and do everything at the Santa Fe. So what we were doing is moving everybody together. So we're all going to be at the Santa Fe, which is where everything is happening. Every event we're doing is happening at, besides the events off property, which we have free transportation, private transportation set up for everything. But if you did book the Palace, we are going to rebook you at the Santa Fe. You're going to be refunded the difference. So you're going to get a refund for the difference of the increased price that you pay for the Palace. That's all going to be taken care of swiftly, quickly. But just understand there were challenges that we couldn't overcome. Like we tried everything. There was nothing we could do, and we apologize for anybody that might be upset with that. Here's what I'm asking as I continue this call, and I know I'm talking to a lot of my friends, and I know how you guys are, but there might be some new people that are upset or somebody. I'm just asking to be champions, and champions adjust. And if I don't want this little you know thing about the room to cause any sort of lack of excitement or any sort of problem with the trip. And if it does, with any of your members that are really upset about that, have them talk to me, have them talk to us, whatever. But we're doing everything in our power to make it the best possible. I honestly like the Santa. So Lindsay and I have stayed at the Santa Fe and the Palace many times. I won't even stay at the Palace anymore because the Santa Fe's rooms are newly renovated. The Palace are the old rooms. It's where everything's happening. It's where all the fun is. But if there's anything we did to upset anybody on your team or whatever, I get that sucks, and I'm just telling you guys, we're gonna make this the best trip ever, and so I just want to be upfront with you guys, tell you that, and then let you know we're all gonna be together. It's gonna be freaking awesome. So thank you guys for all your support on here. Just know we're here to rock this thing. So here's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the good stuff now. I want to talk about the trip, all the fun that we're gonna have from beginning to end. So one thing that was in the thread, if you guys aren't on that Facebook page, there's a Viago Fest Facebook page. We would love you. Franco Villarreal decided to start that a few weeks back, and we put a lot of information on there. I know there's like 300 and some people on there. Maybe put other people on there if they're not on there yet so we can all communicate. But what I want you guys to know is the flight details need to be done like today. So if anybody hasn't sent in their flight information, and I know we just posted that on there again just a second ago, but please, 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 I've had to track down a few of my personals that are coming too, but please get your flight information in to Tani and to corporate today so we can make sure everybody has the pickup ready. But it does take a little time logistically to get that done. So thank you guys all for your help for that. And again, add everybody to that Facebook page if you can, because we're doing all of our communications or as much as we can through there. So if you guys would pull up the itinerary for me real quick, I want to go over the details. I know some of you guys have seen this on the Facebook page. Some of you guys haven't. Now I get to get excited. Okay, so you guys are going to land. And for the first time ever, I've never been on a trip in 18 years where at the airport we actually had like a greeting party, just not even at the hotel. But we're gonna have a little greeting party for you, like a Viago side for you to take pictures with at the airport when you land. Everybody that's picking you up is going to be Viago'd out from head to toe. So you're not going to have problems. When you get off the airplane in Mexico, I know a lot of you have done it, it gets a little chaotic with people trying to give you cabs and they'll sell you rental cars or whatever. So you're not going to have any problem finding our crew on this trip. So just walk by all those people and look for our transportation, who's done for my buddy here, Enrique. He's doing all our transportation. We have it the whole time we're here. We basically have free transportation to go as we want to go and make sure everybody's taken care of with our people. But at the airport, they're going to be Viago'd out head to toe. We're going to have Viago signs. You're going to be able to take pictures. It's going to be awesome. There'll be a surprise for you too when you get on the bus, but you'll be transferred to our private check-in. So we have a private check-in at the Santa Fe, which was another huge reason why it's really nice to have everybody at the same place. But the Santa Fe is going to have a private check with us, so there's going to be a couple things there I want you guys to start thinking about. So there's a pickleball tournament. You might not know about this. There's a pickleball tournament we set up, and there's a beach volleyball tournament. So the pickleball tournament is partners. So if you want to create a team, like you and a partner want to play, it doesn't matter if you've never played before, it's just for fun. But if anybody wants to play pickleball or whatever, I know it's like the fastest growing sport in the world now. They have a bunch of courts there, so we're going to do that. So you're going to have a sign in when you come to check in. We're going to have, like the March Madness style brackets. So people can actually you can fill in your team name. I think the most fun might be the beach volleyball, where I want you to get together. And what I'm asking on this trip of you guys is just to play full out, like have the most fun. I think, I said to the leaders yesterday, you could probably create like team shirts just for the volleyball tournament with you five or whatever. We have trophies coming for the winners of each one. We're going to have recognition there. It's going to be unbelievable. The beach volleyball, we get a team of 5 or 6 or whatever. Again, it's just for fun, but it'd be cool to compete. And I know all the leaders are going to have teams competing as well in that. So it's going to be an absolute blast for that as well. So let me get back to it. First day, get in, check in. Okay, Viago Bash is first night. So at the Santa Fe, they have a Vegas-style club. This club is outside with a pool in the middle, and that's where they do, and I know there's been some confusion around this, so they have weekly parties, or like 4 a week. Some are during the day, some are at night, but they use this club for everybody who's there. Here's the thing we did. for the first time ever, they've never done this before. The night that we're there, our quote unquote welcome reception, which I'll never say again because this is not a welcome reception, folks. That's what you do on regular escapes. This is a Viago bash. We rented the entire club with the pool inside of it just for us. We have a DJ flying in for us, private DJ. It'll be like smoke show, like literally think a Vegas style club with a pool in the middle of it. And that's where we want you to wear your Viago gear. So you'll see each party has the attire with it and the location with it. So that's just Viago out. We have videographers coming. We have drones that will be flying around. We're not just doing a trip here, we're making a movie. And our goal is to get this thing to take place and then to have like a 3-minute video after this trip that shows the world Viago. I said I was going to talk a little bit about the marketplace. Like, I don't think we could have timed this trip better. Where I see these like travel clubs starting or restarting or whatever, but you never see them on a trip. Has anybody noticed that? One of my buddies has signed up in 3 travel clubs without going on a vacation. And I'm like, dude, we're the travel club that actually vacations. We're so far ahead of these people because we're creating epic experiences that they can't do. Nobody can compete with us. And we're going to show the world on social media like you've never seen. The content that's going to come from this trip is going to be amazing. And it starts with the Viago Bash the first night. Second day, we're doing a training session from 10 to noon. Okay, so Isaac's coming. Just by the way, guys, this is not just my vision or the leader's vision. This is Isaac's vision as well. This is what he's wanted to do with his companies forever, even before we met. And he's so excited. He's invited his sister's coming. She's bringing her. He's never invited anybody to a vacation ever. His sister's coming. He's also bringing his top real estate partner who's helping with the resorts that we're building together that, in the future we're all going to be able to participate in. And he's going to have him here and talk a little bit about it as we show off Viago and what we are to the world during Viago Fest. So Isaac's going to speak there in training session. We're going to have other top income earners. Now we're going to be doing tons of recognition. Most of the recognition is not going to happen at the training. It's going to happen during the parties. So many of you on here are going to get recognized for what you've accomplished this entire year. And you're going to get recognized at the club or maybe on the rooftop at the concert. But it's going to be such cool videos and pictures. And I can't wait to reward you guys for all the hard work that you put in. The merch is coming this week for those that ordered more merch. That's coming. Thank you, Mary, for that question. And there will be limited amounts of things at the resort as well. Obviously, when you go to Mexico, it's a little different getting all that merch in to the country. So there'll be limited amounts here as well. But for those of you that have pre-ordered, that's getting delivered. Friday's an excursion day, so I'm going to go over all the excursions you see in the lower right, but just know every excursion that you have is discounted that nobody else in Cabo can get. When I tell you, if you guys have ever been on an escape and you felt like other people at the resort were jealous because they saw our pool party that they couldn't come to, or maybe our welcome reception they couldn't come to, we're just not making the resort jealous. We're making the entire city of Cabo jealous with this trip. The locals are begging me to come to this stuff that we're setting up. Like the people who own the famous bars in town that we're partnered with, they're begging me to come to the events. I'm like, well, you got to be a member to come. Like the entire town is going to know Viago. We're putting it on a list. So excursion day, we'll go over those in a second. The pink party. So this is the thing. The pink party that you see there at 237, that's a Rio party, which we can all go to, but there'll be non-members can go to that as well. So just so you know the difference, that's the one party where it is non-members are going to that club. And that's the same club where we're going to have the Viago Bash at night. They're doing a daytime party the next day. That's a pink party. And we all go to that and have a glass. Or you can go deep sea fishing that day. Or you can go whatever. This is kind of a choose your own adventure. That's why it's called Viago Fest. Now, the jet ski excursion. This one, okay, this one was my idea. Because this was part of this. I want this to be the start of the movie. We have every jet ski in Cabo coming right in front of the Rio at 4:30 on Friday. Okay, so we're doing 2 groups of 50. So please do this one if you can, because we're doing, the most they can do is 50 that leave the shore at a time. So we're going to have a drone flying over our jet skis, and we're going to have Viago flags. So Viago flags as you're driving your jet ski out. The Viago flags are going to be flying as you go in the jet ski out to the arch, and it's whale watching season, just so you guys know. So you're going to be seeing whales jumping. Talk about a peak life experience. It's going to be a movie. That's happening. So it's 2 groups of 50. So when we send the links out, which will be coming soon for the excursions, if you want to do the jet ski one, you want to be part of that. It's a 30-minute jet ski each, which is if you've never jet skied in Cabo, you just do it. But they're coming right to the resort. Couldn't make it any easier, and we're doing it all at the same time. It's going to be so awesome. It will be epic. Um, Next day, we're doing a training session again. So there's 2 training sessions, Friday and Saturday. We were going to do Sunday as well, but we felt like they needed some time to do excursions, because the thing about Cabo is that I know it's an all-inclusive resort. I get that. But if you don't get off the resort a little bit and experience Cabo, you're not really doing it. And there's a lot of things we have already designed for you, but I would love for you guys to participate in one of the excursions that are optional just to see the area. I call this is, we're right below LA here in Cabo. So if Cancun would be like the Texas of Mexico, this is like the Beverly Hills of Mexico. And you need to get around and just have fun and do some of the things here. Like catching a marlin in Cabo is, I know maybe you're not a fisherman. I'm not, I grew up fishing, but I wasn't very good at it. So I'm a little ADD, as you guys can tell now. But catching a marlin in Cabo is what fishermen dream of. Like, that's number one on the bucket list. Raymond can attest to that. I know he's a big fisherman. And we have a deal through my buddy Toby here, who's in Houston, who's from Houston, but lives here. He owns a company called Marvita, which they literally started a reality show for their fishing company. It's a huge thing, but they're giving us a huge discount for anybody who wants to go on that. We'll send that code out as well. But just those types of things we want you to do on Sunday instead of having a training again. Now, the group passport challenge that happens on Saturday, the buses are going to leave. So again, it's all taken care of through us. You don't have to worry about any transportation. We're going to drop you off at the marina. There's 3 different locations at the marina. We're going to drop you off so everybody's spread out a little bit. I would suggest getting on the bus, like as we're loading up, with your friends or with your team or with whoever you want to be with throughout the day, just so it's, so you don't have to look for people, because we're going to drop off in 3 different locations to spread people out throughout the marina. And then we're doing a contest. So you're going to receive a passport. Oh yeah, the swag bag you're going to get when you arrive. I'm not allowed. I was told today, I'm not even going to say that, but I'm told you I'm not allowed to tell you what's in the swag bag. One of them is a passport though. Sorry, Kaylee. I have to tell them that, or it doesn't make sense. But it's the coolest swag bag ever you're going to get when you arrive. So the group passport challenge, you're going to get that in your bag. And there's a stamp that all the restaurants that we're partnered with. So, there's historic restaurants in Cabo. The marina is world famous here, and all of our partners. So no big corporate restaurants. All of our friends here that own the little cool spots that everybody wants to go to when they're in Cabo. We have about I think 10 or 11 of them that have partnered with us for this day, where they're going to have Viago flags flying outside their restaurants. So literally when you get dropped off at the marina, you're going to look to your left and you're going to look to your right, and you're going to see Viago on both sides of you, all throughout the entire town. And each restaurant's going to have a deal, like, Sancho's, which has the world famous pink taco. It's probably the most famous restaurant in Cabo. They're partnered with us. They're doing a special. There's 2 concerts happening, probably a third coming, but there's a reggae band that we've hired to do a concert at right on the marina. It's awesome, at what's called the Bikini Bar, and our friends have hired, or we partnered with them, and we're bringing in a reggae band from Cerritos just down the road. So if you like reggae, they have special drinks for us the whole time. That's one of our partnered restaurants. The Porch is going to have a country band playing during this, so you guys can go around. Everybody has drinks to go, so if you're trying to get as many stamps as you can, which is who wins the passport challenge, you get a stamp for every excursion you go on, you get a stamp for every restaurant you go to or every bar you go to, and we want to see who's really going to win the vacation, and we're going to recognize that at the last party that we do at the Country Jam on the rooftop as well. But at the end of the passport challenge, we're all going to meet for our group photo as the sun's setting, which is going to be unbelievable. And then we have the first one I've ever done. It's a pink moon cruise that we're doing in Cabo. And the only reason we're doing it is because once every few years, there's a pink moon. It's the night that we're here, is the night the pink moon's happening. It lights up the whole sky. It's bright enough for pictures and everything. We're taking out 5 or 6 boats. So again, just for that, why I said you want to be with the people you want to be with, like after the photo, if you want to be with your team on a certain boat or whatever, go on a certain boat. Each leader, like Isaac will be on one boat, I'll be on one boat, Andrew will be on one. We'll have leaders on every boat, but just know if you want to be with your team or if you want to be with certain friends, you just, after the picture, just go with them and we're doing the Pink Moon Cruise, which is, I don't know how else somebody could do this. Like, this is just a luck thing that it happened that day. It's going to be a once in a lifetime experience. And then when we get back from the Moon Cruise, where we are leaving from, the marina we're leaving from, it's called Zero. Uh, they're opening it up, so it's like a club, and it's only for us when we get back, and we're setting up karaoke. So there's a guy on Sherry Sharman's team. I'm not sure if he's on the call or not, but he's one of the most famous karaoke I don't know, event planners, singers, whatever. He's famous in the world of karaoke, and he's just one of our members because of Sherry Sharman. And he's going to be running the karaoke. A bunch of our leaders have already committed to be singing. Kaylee and I are doing a duet. So if there's no other reason to come to Cabo, to see Kaylee and I do a song with a dance, I mean, I think you got to come just for that, but we want all you guys to participate and have fun. And that's going to be right after the event. Then we'll head home. The last day, again, in the morning, pick another excursion. And then we're doing the Country Jam, the grand finale. So we're flying in the Cam Allen Band. They're going to be doing meet and greet at our first party at the Viago Bash. So you guys will get to see them, get to learn about them a little bit. They're an up and coming band, so they're starting over. And they just performed in Nashville, I think, last night. Jeff sent me their photo with some big band, and they're just up and coming right now. I know some of you haven't heard of them, some of you have, but literally they are probably going to be huge. Let's hope. But and they're friends of ours, and they're going to put on an unbelievable show for us. They're flying in. We've never done this before. Like, how could you do this? What other company, what other travel club in the world is doing this? And the rooftop we got is called Rooftop 360 at the Corazon. So the concert's a little bit early, maybe for a concert, but the reason we're doing it is because it's the best sunset view in Cabo, where you can see the arch and you can see everything. So don't be late for that concert. Again, we're going to give you guys transportation there, all that. But the view you're going to get, if any of you saw Landon Ball's engagement pictures, I would look them up if you haven't. That's where it is, and the stage is going to be up against there. There's also a pool, so I know not everybody's into country music. The setup at the rooftop is so big that where the concert is on one side. On the other side, we'll have an open pool overlooking the arch as well. Overlooking the arch and the sunset, and an area where if you just want to chill, like I get it, not everybody likes country music or whatever, but there's an area where everybody can just have a blast, chill. Bar's going to be open, free drink for us, all that type of stuff, and we have that place all night. So if you want to stay after the concert and just have a blast, it's probably the number one place in Cabo to hang out for the grown and sexy. So Monday we leave. Let me go over the excursions really, really quick. Jet ski I already did. Carl, you're in on the jet ski. Me too, buddy. I'm excited about that. If you can't tell. Deep sea fishing I talked about. Oh, golf. So I know Jeff's already scheduled 8 people that are going Sunday morning. Isaac's going deep sea fishing. I'm going deep sea fishing. So if you guys want to come with us, we'll separate on each other's boats so you can have, like not just for the moon cruise, but also for the fishing. If you guys want to come with us, we're all going to be there too. It's going to be a blast. Even if you're not a fisherman, it's a blast to get out in the water in Cabo and see if you can hook into a marlin, which is life-changing when they fly out of the water like that. Tequila tasting, yes. Oh, the water taxi is a really easy one. So the water in Cabo, if you don't know, it's very swimming. I don't recommend by the Rio. We don't want anybody to get hurt. We want to be extra safe. But we're going to have a water taxi just for us that comes to the Rio and takes us to Lovers Beach. So there's a glass boat that comes, and it's literally like $10, $15. We got a great deal on it, but we're going to have a boat all day for us to take us to Lovers Beach, which is an awesome place where you can swim. It's very swimmable, very safe. So we don't have to worry about people going in where there's an undercurrent, kind of where we're at. So if you're going to swim, get on the glass boat, go to Lovers Beach. The other side of Lovers Beach is called Divorce Beach, which you can walk across, and then you can get views of the Pacific Ocean. It's absolutely awesome, and it's very little money. So that's definitely something you want to put in your schedule with your team. And we have the transportation going back and forth on the glass boat. So I'm freaking fired up. Kaylee, here, last thing I want to talk about. We had a bunch of people that obviously we oversold. Okay, so a lot of people went to the resort's website and booked through the site. And I get what they were doing. You know, I understand. Okay, just put it that way. We won't do this again. We're doing this time though. we know all those people who booked, and maybe some of you had no problem, but what we're selling is the all-inclusiveness, the curatedness. That's our membership. Epic experiences is what we're selling. And to just get a hotel stay and not do everything else I just talked about, and just so you know, we have to be very strict. If somebody just booked the hotel, they're not allowed to do any of this stuff because I get it's not a cheap trip. Doing epic stuff costs money. And we're not allowing people to not pay money to do the epic stuff and get the epic stuff. So we are going to give a wristband to everybody who booked the trip. If somebody booked through the hotel, it's no problem, no hard feelings, don't get me wrong. But if they want to participate in everything, it's $400 a person to get the wristband, and they can participate in everything we're doing. And I get we sold out time and time again, so that's why we're doing that this time for anybody who wants to be part of it. Anybody on your team that did that or whatever, they can have a wristband, they can participate in everything else we're doing. It's $400 per person to get the wristband, to come to the concerts, to come to the private parties, to come to everything we're doing, the trainings, everything we're doing. So let your teammates know that as well. Kaylee, did I miss anything? That was a lot of information.
Nope, I think you hit everything.
Okay, did I do a good job?
You did great.
Out of 10, what would you rate me?
You improved a little bit, about a 6, maybe?
Okay. She gave me a 4 out of 10. A 4 out of 10 in Columbus when I did my talk, guys. A 4 out of 10. So, all right. Thank you guys so much for being on here. We'll be here with you every step of the way. Add everybody to that Facebook page. We can answer all the questions on there. I want to thank Kaylee and Tani for leading the charge here and doing so much of the work. And I want to thank Shelly and Novice who are coming on this trip as well, and everybody who's helped out. I can't wait just to see you guys and just play full out when you're here. So thank you for your partnership. Thank you for understanding the little hiccup we had with the rooms, and let's rock on forward. So I'm so fired up. It's unbelievable.